Okay, Derek, you're asking how I make the lines on this particular illustration. What I use are two different tools. Naturally, I use my pen tool to draw off the lines, and then I use my blend tool to make all the lines that are in between it. So let's start off. I got my pen tool. I make a starting line, so I'll say I wanted to start off with this shape, and then I create a finishing line. So really all I have to do is draw off two lines to work with. So let's say that I want it to start. I'm going to let the computer do all the drawing from this line into this line. And to do that, we're going to use this tool, the blend tool. If you've never used it before, you can click on one line and then click on another one, and the computer will do the drawing in between each one. Right now you see it's only got one line in between it. If you double click on the tool, that'll bring up the blend tool options. This is where you can start to really customize it. By default, smooth color is chosen, but you can tell it to have a specific number of steps. In this case, you can see there's one, so as I increase the number of steps, you can see the spacing that's in between this one. The fun part about this type of illustration is playing around with the width of the line and the number of spacing. And naturally, if you got a smaller line, you would want to have more lines in between it, or if you have a thicker line, you'd want to have fewer lines. But once I've got it done, I can click OK. The best part about it is I can still move my line around, so I can use my direct selection tool, and the computer will do all of the drawing for me. It's just looking for one step in between. It really doesn't matter how many points I have. Every once in a while you'll find a little glitch, or you'll find something, it'll give you an error, but in general you can play around with it enough to figure out how you want this to work with. If you do select it, notice that you only still have your starting line and ending line. If you wanted to break it up so you can manipulate and move every individual line, you would have to go to Object and Expand, then choose OK. And this will break up all the lines that are inside of there as well. If you do to Google for some different tutorials using the blending tool, there's some great little techniques and things that you can do using that particular trick. But that's how I do it, just as simple as that.